Items to add to your stockpile for winter of 2023 and into 2024. Let's discuss. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another coffee rant with Dano. I am back home. Got Frank the Bald Eagle here, drinking 100% Colombian Kroger coffee. It is pretty good. If you have to hit pause to get your coffee together, go ahead and do that now. Have coffee with us this morning as we discuss a bunch of more items that, we think is a good idea to prepare to stock up on. You may think differently. That's okay. Make sure you let us know down in the comments things that you like to stock up on, especially this time of year. We have all kinds of holiday sales coming. Not quite here yet, but we are there are some things that are supposed to be coming this week. We will be going in and out of the stores to show you all of the great deals. From what I understand, Kroger has a lot of different items coming up for sale this weekend. So we'll have to stock up on some of these canned vegetables. Thank you to one of our longtime viewers who mentioned that Kroger canned vegetables will be on sale. He said 50 cents a can. I haven't looked into the preview ad myself, but 50 cents a can for Kroger vegetables, I don't know if I've ever seen them that low. And Kroger canned vegetables are pretty good. We usually don't buy them because I like Del Monte better, and if I'm going to pay the same price, I'd rather have Del Monte, but Kroger canned vegetables are pretty good. Also, oh yeah, I already mentioned that. Wow. So just got back from Tennessee. One thing I wanted to mention while we were down there is I have noticed significant price increases in a lot of the different stores down in Tennessee. Now, we were in a tourist area in Pigeon Forge. But there's a couple things here that I wanted to show that I like to stock up on. Now, we don't usually go over items that we have personally, but I felt like these are a couple things that we bought down there that I thought would be very interesting to show. So here we have Weber honey. Okay. Now this is 100% pure raw clover honey, straight from the hive to you. And one thing I wanted to mention, it is not heated or filtered. This is important if you use honey like I do. This is something very good to stock up on because it's good for allergies. I get allergies pretty heavy in the fall and spring. I'm just now getting over my fall allergies, thank goodness. But this is really good stuff, and it does help if you eat a little bit of honey in your diet every day. Not much. It's very sugary, but there's no added sugar. It's all natural honey. Really good stuff here. And it was fairly cheap. This was $12.99. I bought this at the Old Mill. This particular honey is only harvested in November and December. So that's very important to know if you want to purchase something like this. And here is their phone number right here. So if ever you want to purchase any of this honey, you can order it online. But that's their phone number, straight out of Savannah, Tennessee. It is very good honey. I also wanted to mention something else that we like to stock up on. I usually get cheaper apple butter, but the nice thing about this, and I don't know if any of them expire really, but I got this from the Apple Barn down in Pigeon Forge. And this is some of the best apple butter I've ever had in my life. It is fantastic. It does not expire. It is all natural. And it is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Very tasty. Good to have these things. It's like you want to make sure that when you're stocking up, the one thing I always believe for us is we always want to have things that are a little sweet. Now, you can make your own apple butter. Honestly, that might be the way to go. And it's fun. And, excuse me. It's good to do things yourself. But at the same time, if you don't want to, it's good to have a couple jars of this just to have. I have a few of these that I've had for a couple years now. Like I said, they don't expire, so and they're still good. They're canned well, and the let's see. I got a couple more things here. I stopped at my favorites place. We'll go into some of the different items to store, but I wanted to show a couple things that I got. I went into the Patriot Peddler. You remember that is at the Island in Pigeon Forge, one of my favorite little stores to visit. That is where I found Frank the Bald Eagle here. I did a little video there but they had copyright music going on, so that's kind of a bummer. I might have to do something to where I just take the music out completely, because it's a very interesting video. I love Patriot Peddler, as most of you know. I picked up a copy of the Constitution, which I thought was really cool. This was $2. $2. I thought it was kind of funny. You know, everything is so expensive down in Pigeon Forge, and this is $2. Like, this is probably one of the single most important pieces of paper that we can own. I also picked up this little book right here. It's just something that explains the Declaration of Independence. I think everybody should read all of this stuff. You know, it's good to know. It's good to know what our country has been built on. And guys, I'll tell you what. Lots of now hiring signs down in Pigeon Forge. It actually seemed a little worse for now hiring down there than it did when me and Jessica went six months ago. Now, that being said, I didn't feel like, it kind of felt like home again. It felt like everybody is very helpful, very friendly. I didn't really notice employee shortages. I mean, like I said, we see now hiring signs. Maybe people just quit a lot. Maybe people leave. I don't really know. Could be like around here in Cincinnati. Probably is. But at the same time, it seemed like there were, you know, I felt that Southern hospitality again. I felt like everybody, everywhere we went, people were very friendly. And I miss that. You know, over the last few years, it's, with everything going on, it's been real rough. And it's been rough on a lot of people. You know, it really has. So, anyway, those were the couple things that I just wanted to show here right away. Honey is oh, well, that's the apple butter. This honey, though, I like getting raw, unfiltered honey. And what's important, I like getting, like this one here, it's not heated. Okay, that's kind of important, especially if you're using it for allergies and stuff, because it helps fight off allergies. Okay, it helps fight off colds. Honey is really good for you. But if it's heated, people say, like, if it's heated, then yes, it kills bacteria, but some of those are healthy bacteria that is actually used to help fight different allergies and stuff. So I like to get the 100% real. I thought this for $12.99 was an amazing deal. An amazing deal. They were selling honey that wasn't like this at all. It was, you know, had all kinds of different sugars and stuff added to it. That was $17, $18 for the same size jar. I was like, this is the real stuff for $12.99. I mean, yeah, you know, you might be able to find a little cheaper, but I don't know. I thought that was a pretty good price. But anyway, we're going to talk a little bit about some more items. We started talking some about this the other day. Wanted to go into some other items, especially some of the ones that people have been mentioning. With everything going on, guys, you know, everything in the Middle East. I just read in an article today that there was a carrier ship that just went, that is one of our carrier ships, the Eisenhower, right, is over in the Middle East right now. Nothing else was said. Carrier strike group over in the Middle East. That is concerning. Concerning. And you know, and I don't like to really talk too much about these kind of things on the channel here, but it is a solemn reminder of why we need to prepare, because, you know, these things are going on, whether we want to see it or not. Whether we want to believe it or not, we do need to prepare accordingly. We need to make sure that we're taking advantage of these different sales going on for the holidays, because we may not see these sales again. And if we do, it's going to be a very long time. So over the next couple months, let's take advantage of some of these things going on while we can. These 50-cent canned vegetables, these, and yeah, it appears that the whole Green Giant thing is all over the country. There was one person that left a comment saying they had plenty. I'm sure there are some stores that do have plenty of Green Giant. I saw plenty of Green Giant at Big Lots. Do people traditionally shop at Big Lots to find, you know, canned vegetables? Probably not. Right? And you're going to pay more for it at Big Lots than you are even at Kroger, because even before this 50-cent sale, we were seeing those on sale for $1, even when they didn't have them. So, anyway, cheers. What coffee are you drinking? What is your favorite coffee? Has it gone up in price? We're noticing coffee prices go through the roof. I saw at Publix that Green Mountain coffee was more expensive than Peet's. That's crazy. That's crazy. Do believe Kroger coffee is still on sale, $5.99 on the digital coupon for the big containers of it. We're getting more and more people on the channel here that drink decaf. People have been talking about that Folgers decaf, how you can never get a sale on it. A lot of our viewers always talk about Kroger decaf coffee and compare it to Folgers, and it is a little cheaper. Right now, $5.99. Folgers never goes on sale for their decaf. Never. At least not at Kroger. But the Kroger coffee, the Kroger decaf, always does. It's very bright. Anyway, so yeah, a few more things kind of wanted to go over. One thing that a lot of you guys know that I do is I'm a knife collector. I collect a lot of different knives for show or for use or for whatever. I've always been a knife collector. I love knives. And let me get this right here real quick. Give me just a second. I dropped it here. But I wanted to show this. Now, I did not get this in Pigeon Forge. I got this in Indiana at Metamora. But look at that. Look at that. This is 100% real. I know when you look at it, you think it might be fake. That is not fake, ladies and gentlemen. That is as real as it gets. That is very sharp. I made sure of that, but look at that. I love this knife. And see, you can see where the blade is attached in the middle there. Kind of got like the little dagger kind of in there, bolted in place. That is serious, guys. This is wonderful. Now, this is a non-use knife. This is for show only. Show only. And I do have the little clip thing in here. But I'll tell you what, I love that. That is me and a knife. Freedom. As you guys know, I am a patriot. I love my country. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to have to figure that out with the Patriot Peddler video that I was going to put out for you guys. I also did, in that video, I have Paula Dean. We went to the Christmas shop, or all the Christmas stuff that they have there. And it was really interesting seeing all that stuff. But again, lots of Dolly Parton copyright music. Dolly Parton plays everywhere down there, music everywhere, and that is very quick to be a copyright on YouTube. So I want to make sure that I'll have to take all her music out of there somehow. I'll try and figure it out. Probably be a few days before that video comes out. But if you've never been to Pigeon Forge, you need to check out the Patriot Peddler, especially if you're a patriot like myself. They have all these different pictures of fallen soldiers and soldiers who have served the country, and they have their signatures. It's nice paying tribute, paying honor to them, because they are the ones who, they deserve it. I mean, they have fought for our country. They have bled for our country. That is why we are where we are today. You know, why we're able to do the things, why we're able to just go into the grocery store and have at it. As much as we talk about these prices and shortages and all these other things, we do need to be blessed that we are able to even just go to a store and buy food. I count my blessings every day for that, and don't think that I don't, because it's very awesome that we're able to do that we're able to stock up on food and have a bunch, you know, and it's never been more important than now. And no matter what people tell you, it's never too late. Start stocking up now. Stock up on things that you know you're going to eat. Don't stock up on things that you're not going to eat. You know, I know, and the big one that we always get comments on the channel is like rice and dry beans and stocking up on major loads of these kind of things. Yeah, it's good. If it all hits the fan and we have these things stocked up, then it's going to be something that we're going to also be able to help our neighbors, right? Because if you're like me, I'm a pretty giving person. I want to make sure that I'm able to help out the ones around me as well, my family, friends. Rice and dry beans can go a long way, and they're good fillers. They're good fillers. I mean, rice can fill you up if ever there's a drastic event, you know, where we need these things. It's a smart idea to have a little bit, you know, in a confined area. You know, make sure that you have it well sealed. I know, like with rice and some things, you want to make sure you're either using, you know, Mylar bags or other things to make sure that you're keeping it fresh, able to keep it fresh. And, you know, but again, we always want to make sure that we're stocking up on the things that we're going to eat, because if you're not going to eat it, then you're wasting your money. And that's kind of, you know, I've always told people to stock up on these kind of things, but if you're not going to eat it anyway, I don't know. Maybe it could be used as a bargaining chip, or, trade or something. I know a lot of people who don't drink coffee say that, well, if it all hits the fan, you'll trade coffee. That's smart. That is smart. And with these days, with the unknowing of everything that's going on right now, I do believe it's a very smart idea to make sure that you're stocking up on something. Make sure that you have at least a month's worth of food. And I know a month is not a long time, but you want to make sure that you have at least a month's worth of food, because in your brain, if you're thinking, okay, I have a month's worth of food, in all actuality, you probably have about 3 months worth of food. Because if it comes down to it, we can ration a lot of different things. We can ration potatoes. We can ration different starches. Sounds like depression talk, doesn't it? I don't think it'll ever come to that, guys, and I hope to the good Lord that it doesn't. But we have things going on, and I won't talk too much about it, but I'm sure if you're watching anything on the news, you know what's going on with everything in the Middle East and beyond. We got people with a lot of itchy trigger fingers out there, and we need to make sure that we are making sure that we're able to prepare and be able to take care of our family and everything else. We will be visiting some more different stores as we go along here, because part of the adventure is the entertainment. I try to make it as entertaining as possible so that, yes, I know it is doomy and gloomy, but at the same time, I try to make it entertaining so that in these times of craziness and whirlwinds of events, we can try and get some laughter out of it, and just try to make it as fun as possible. And I know sometimes it just seems terrible, but terrible is a point of view. If we are reacting in a good way, then we can be at least as prepared as we can be in a good way and not look at all the negativeness of everything. Because the way I've always looked at it is, well, I'm saving money by stocking up on all of these sales as I buy them. Me and Jessica don't buy anything that's not on sale. I will straight up walk out of the store. I make sure that when it comes to food that we are saving money. Right? I do all the calculations. Before I bought my membership to Sam's Club, before I bought our membership to Costco, I made sure that I'm going to make my money's worth out of this. And we have. I wouldn't say tenfold, but I mean, we definitely make enough throughout the year in savings at Sam's Club and Costco to make it worth it. We get that question all the time. Yeah, it's definitely worth it for us because I make it worth it for us. If you are going to go out and buy a membership to Sam's Club or Costco and you think you may go there once or twice, yeah, it might not be worth it for you. However, if you go there once or twice and you clean house, then it's definitely worth it. Now, I know some people say, well, we're only two people. Me and Jessica are only two people, and we make it work. Yeah, especially around the holidays and stuff, if you're buying things for family and stuff like gift cards, stuff like that, you actually save a little bit of money buying gift cards at Sam's or Costco, depending on what you're getting. But gift cards are usually like $5 to even $10 off. Sometimes they have like $50 like restaurant gift cards for $10 off. I mean, it's a pretty good deal. Lots of stores kind of offer those things too, though. Like you got to watch with Kroger too, because some of those you'll get like 4 times fuel points, and that could be really worth it to you. One thing I noticed when I was down in Tennessee, gas prices were very cheap. The cheapest I saw was $2.86 a gallon. $2.86 a gallon in Pigeon Forge. Now, my mom said something interesting. She said, well, yeah, for all the prices that they're charging for everything else down here, they have to give you a break on something. And I was like, well, that could be it. I don't know, but gas prices were coming down. Still the same prices here, but knock on wood, they haven't gone up any. But, let us know how you're getting. I saw in the comments the other day when we were talking about this, some people were saying some of your gas prices were under $3. That's pretty good. I guess barrels of oil are cheaper right now, right? Until everything goes off, and then it could really go up overnight. So again, it's nice to be able to get it for cheap now. Make sure that you're paying attention to everything going on. You guys know how much I love watching the news. I don't like it at all. But I have to kind of keep up with these things going on, because I want to make sure that if something happens, at least we're given a little bit of time to, hug our family and tell them we love them. Not saying that's, yeah, I think today's, we're in 2023. 2023 should not be like where we're at now. I feel like this is very barbaric, the way things are going on, the way that this whole thing with them going back at it. We shouldn't be seeing hospitals and stuff like that going up. Again, I don't know. I don't know all the reasons why I believe something's going to happen. It anything that can and is indefinite will happen. So we need to make sure that we are paying attention. And I just want to throw that out there before we go into some more items of talking about preparing. But yeah, having some good knives, that's a good idea. That's something I have lots of different knives, good to have, for anything. For anything. I got flint starting knives. I've got, just all kinds of different things. Another good thing to have, different kinds of ways of I don't know. I was going to talk about the deep freezer again because we got a lot of comments on different deep freezers and stuff. It's a good idea. It's a good idea. But, if you are going to have a deep freezer, it is also a good idea to maybe have some kind of generator, because if for some weird reason that the power goes out, especially for an extended period of time, you want to make sure you're able to keep that stuff frozen, whatever it is. Stocking up on things. I always recommend stocking up on canned goods, any kind of soups, anything. A good investment would be maybe a pressure canning system, like canning some of your own things, ways to save money, arguably better for you because you're using all natural ingredients. Nothing is added in like MSG or things like bioengineered ingredients. None of that stuff will be in anything that you canned yourself. So always a smart idea to have something like that. But I didn't really write this list out. Literally just got back a couple hours ago. I just wanted to have something to put out here for you guys this morning. But again, let us know some of your prepping items that you like to have in your stockpile. I know toilet paper has been an issue, and not so much around here. But again, I've been gone for a few days. I did look at the toilet paper aisle at Publix, and I was kind of surprised by how low it was. I didn't put it in the video. Publix had a lot of loud, blaring music in there. I was there very early, so there wasn't like a crowd. So I was being very careful, especially after my one video that it was a lot of copyright claims with the Dolly Parton stuff. So I had to take that down. But yeah, I didn't want to risk that in the Publix video. Also, let me talk about Publix here for just a second. I understand that a lot of our viewers love Publix. I like Publix. I do. I just don't like the prices. The quality, from what I understand, the quality is there. So you're paying for the quality. But I just, like, some of those prices are just absolutely insane. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Some of that stuff is pretty crazy. Their store brand, and people were saying that their canned goods, like their canned vegetables, are a lot more full than some of the other ones, and that could be. Frozen vegetables, though, for $2.89 a bag for 15 ounces is a bit extreme. I mean, it was even hard it took me like 2 or 3 takes to talk about that. I was literally going to take that out of the video. But no, it was like, it's important. We talk about different bagged vegetables, frozen vegetables, canned vegetables all the time on the channel here. So it was like, no, I have to get this out, even though I wouldn't buy them. That's too much for me. I mean, that's expensive. That's expensive. But anyway, some other items, so we've talked about, things that you like to eat, things that you like to stock up on. Let's find the deals of these things as you go along. Don't overpay, but at the same time, we have to kind of factor in that things are going to continue to go up as we go along. So as we find sales on different holiday items, at least what we're doing, we're stocking up on the things like, I'm not going to buy like 20 cans of Libby's Pure Pumpkin, right? I'm not going to eat it, right? I'll never eat it, even though we'll find a good deal on it. Sugar and stuff like that, flour, gold medal flour for $2.99. Yeah, sign me up. That is a great deal. I will stock that up. I know there are many different ways that you can keep flour good, right? Some people freeze it, right? Because sometimes you get those little weeble things in it and everything. You want to make sure that all that's taken out, siphon them out, whisk them out, or whatever it takes. But yeah, these things, you do want to make sure that if you are stocking up on them, that you are making sure that they are stocked well so that nothing can get in there, right? Because things can happen with flour and stuff. You want to make sure it is well sealed, so that you don't have to worry about that. But all these little things, as we go along, and we're going to do more and more videos on these things as we go along. I just didn't really have time to write out a list. It's pretty late here, actually, for us. So I really wanted to show you the things that we got today. I think these are the kind of things that, and some people may disagree with me on this. I think it's a good idea to make sure that you stock up on some of your favorite sweets as well. Now, do you stock up on bags and bags of candy? Well, I can't tell you what to stock up on, right? No judgment here, though. If you want to stock up on Reese Cups and all that kind of stuff, but if something happens, you want to make sure that you've got something sweet. You don't want to just have like stuff that's, just to the bare minimum to survive. Right? If we were going to do that, then, we might, and this may not be a bad idea either, but there's a lot of freeze-dried foods out there as well that are easily packable that you can store away just for a quick meal. Something that is on the go that you can literally rehydrate in just a couple minutes. Those kind of things are one thing. But it's good to have little treats. Good to have little treats because if it gets to that, people are going to be losing their minds. And it wouldn't be such a bad idea to have a Snickers bar or a Reese cup or, or make yourself treats and then bag them up, seal them, save them for a rainy day. I think about these things, I know it might be weird, but it's like, if you think about a really bad scenario happening, you don't want to just be stuck with the regular, lunch and dinner. People also talk about that too. Like, because if something like that ever happened, we're going to be rationing a lot of different things. We probably won't eat breakfast. We'll probably have lunch and we'll try to stretch that. But having that little treat at the end of the day, especially if you're really upset or your family's upset, having to deal with a lot of things, one thing you definitely want to make sure you have is coffee. Believe me, I am well stocked on coffee. I've been buying up a lot of different coffee lately. Just different kinds. One, for the coffee rants. Two, I want to make sure I have it. Because look at these prices. These prices are getting ridiculous. I mean, if you missed our Publix video, go back a couple videos and watch it. It's crazy. It's crazy how much coffee is getting. Some of them still comparable to up here, but these are only going to go up too. I can only assume that they're going to continue to rise. And just doing what I preach here. It's exactly what we're doing. We're stocking up on the sales as we see them so that we ultimately save money in the future. Let's see. Don't think I really have anything else. I had like a bunch of stuff I was going to talk about tonight. But anyway, we will get into this tomorrow. Probably do maybe you'll have another coffee rant here Sunday night. I'll probably put out something else. I'll put a little list together. I'll tell you what, mention some things that you would like to add to this preparedness list, and maybe I will put them out in tomorrow night's coffee rant. Let's do that. So, yes, I was ill-prepared for some of these things, but just wanted to show some of these awesome things that I bought down in Pigeon Forge. I love these kind of things. I love going to the little shops, right? This right here, this honey, I'm going to enjoy this. We have a few things of this, So this'll probably last me, probably a year. 3 of these, probably longer. I don't know. I don't eat much honey, but I like to eat a little bit on something every day. Maybe put a little tiny teaspoon in your tea or coffee. Replace that with sugar. It works. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for tonight's rant. Really wasn't too much of a rant, other than just chatting with you guys and just catching up. It's good to be home. We're home from Pigeon Forge. We had a great time. Mom's retirement party was awesome. We had a lot of fun. She's never really been throughout Pigeon Forge. Pigeon Forge is an amazing place. Gatlinburg's awesome because you're in the mountains and you can do all that hiking. But no, we were enjoying ourselves. Just checking out everything, going to the different stores, checking out things like these natural. We did eat at Apple Barn. That was absolutely delicious. Or Applewood Grill, whatever you call it. It's in the Apple Barn district. We ate at Old Mill. That was fantastic. She loved it. And thank you all for your comments. I was reading the comments to her of every one of you saying congratulations. Yeah, long time. Long time she's worked. Kind of weird for her. She doesn't know what to do now. I didn't hesitate though. I wanted to make sure that as soon as her last day, we went down to Pigeon Forge, had a little bit of fun. It is good to be home though. Good to be home. Got a good nap in earlier after that drive. Only about a 5 hour drive, but 5 hour drive is 5 hour drive. Anyway, guys, I will have another video out for you guys tonight, and I will put together another little list of things that we should be preparing for as we go along here. Because yes, I'm expecting a long winter, especially with these crazy events going on. Who knows what's going to happen? The not knowing of what's going to happen tells me that I know that I need to prepare for what could happen. But guys, have a great rest of your weekend. Again, let us know down in the comments some of the things that you stock up on, some things of preparedness items. Now, it doesn't have to be food. It can be anything. Anything. Just anything that you like to add to your stockpile. Things that, in case it all hits the fan, which, knock on wood, it never does. But hey, the way I look at it is that if we have this stuff, we're saving money on this stuff. Well, we're ultimately saving money on the future. So if nothing ever happens, which would be awesome, then I have saved a fortune on food. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.